All right, guys, welcome to Trading with Meatball. It's been a long time since we did a video. I have been traveling, I have been moving, I have been dealing with my ex who's apparently not happy 2 years later after the divorce. We all have these issues, right? But I started over with nothing but a laptop and a handful of toys for an eBay store and a few $100s. And I isolated myself in the desert for 6 months to learn how to do this, even though I used to be a stockbroker. That was 20 years ago. The market's changed. And so what I discovered was the biggest names, the biggest ones, bigger than that one you're thinking of. The biggest names on Twitter, the biggest names on YouTube are full of shit. I paid money to get into the inner circle. I paid the bribe to get into the secret inner circle, and they're full of shit. They have 30 or 40 trades a day they call out, and they post one on Twitter that hit. But if you trade with them, it's just eight guys calling out trades in the first 30 seconds and you'll blow up your account in 5 minutes. So you have to learn how to do this yourself. And if you traded with them and lost the amount of money I did listening to them, then you'll understand why I post the stuff I did on Twitter, saying that it's a circle of friends, guys. They interview each other and promote each other, and you ain't in the circle, okay? You got to learn to do this for yourself so you don't depend on anybody else. You don't need me, you don't need anybody. If you can figure out some basic stuff that works for you. So let's talk about that, okay? And the trading environment's very important. I've had several and I've moved a few times as I moved around the country visiting family or friends. Or if I did have some good months or good weeks and I had the money to travel, then I went somewhere. But recently, what I discovered was that most people are scammers that I've encountered. And if you look at my profile on Twitter, and it's right here, and yes, I share the whole screen, I don't care. There's some decent people on here still. It took me a long time to find out, who I should be following. And some of these are just friends, okay? And some of these are guys from the old Discord that I have. And my apologies to the guys in the Discord. I shut the Discord off for a couple of reasons, guys. Number one was we don't want to argue with each other, and people were really having success and making money, so they wanted to tell others what to do. And I don't want it to be negative, but you guys didn't need me anymore, and I'm proud of you, okay? But I was also being hunted by my ex-wife, and I had to move because the person I was living with was a alcoholic and abusive, and I had to leave. So it was just a bad time for me, and I knew I wasn't going to be online much. And doing the Discord is an 8 hour a day job. So a lot of these guys do different stuff than I do. This guy hits big time all the time. I don't know if he ever misses. Shout out to Market Maestro, kind of a mentor for me. He does different things that I do, and he knows some stuff that I don't know. And he reached out to me on the side, and we talked a few times. And I had an indicator that I wanted to show Isaac on TradingView, and I use the free version of TradingView because I'm a cheap old man. But this is the one right here, Isaac. MCDX Smart Money, okay? And this will give you the institutional volume in red. And so when the institutional volume is gone, it's hard for the stock to go up. But you will see at the exact bottom of a reversal, when you see these wicks on the candles like this, you won't see institutional volume at the very bottom of a reversal. It doesn't start coming in. You can see the volume coming in a little bit right here. It comes in later, okay? If you go to a major move like this one here, you can see how the volume goes up and the stock goes up. But at the very bottom, a lot of times there is no institutional volume. But I also like the clouds. I use the clouds. But one of my favorite things that I do, Isaac, is this. Well, here, let's get rid of it so you can see it. Did you? I hope you saw it. Let's do it again. This one right here. There's a lot of these, okay, with the 20 MA moving average and whatnot. I use this one, but I change it. You can change it too. I take out the Bollinger Bands and the 180, and I just like orange for that one because I'm used to it. But you can change it. You can message me on the side if you need some help. But with the orange line is the 20-day moving average, and the purple line is the 90. And so I had posted, oh, I don't know, I think it was Google actually posted this on Twitter that when it wicks off the moving average right there, that's a good entry for me. Okay. And so you can trade your way. Indicators are lagging, but I use them. And a common method, Isaac, is that when it goes over, I like the 5 minute chart. When it goes over the 20-day moving average, which is the orange line, that's a signal to go in. And when it goes below, that's a signal to take puts. But you notice it reversed right there, right? So it doesn't work in chop. But that's a method I used a lot when I was in the desert. I wanted to come up with something that I could do myself without relying on others and getting scammed. And so I started trading off this 20-day moving average on a 5 minute chart. And I actually had pretty good success just trading the SPY and nothing but the SPY for about 2 weeks. But the trick for me was to wait until 10 o'clock or 10:15 and don't trade the open at all. So if you have the patience and discipline to just sit there and watch the first 30 minutes, you're going to miss the morning run. But I found that my trades are hitting like over 70% if I wait until 10 o'clock. And the ones I take before 10 o'clock, it's like 50-50. You could flip a coin. And so you can see when it goes below the 20-day, this would be puts, right? And that's an easy one, Isaac, if you just want to do that. And then when it goes over the 20-day, you take the calls, right? But it doesn't work in chop. Like this right here is chop. And so when I was using this method, I would scalp. I would sell into 25, 35, 40 percenters. And I didn't want to hold more than 15, 20, 30 minutes because I know the chop will kill me. Okay. So there's lots of different methods. But if you watch volume and you watch institutional volume, there's lots of different methods. Regular volume is something you can use, Isaac. And you see this, how the volume spikes right here, like this here, and this one here, and you can see this other one right here. It's kind of hard to tell, but when the stock comes down and the volume comes up, a lot of times there's a reversal that occurs, and that's another method people use. When the wicks on the candles come down and the volume comes up to that spot, a lot of times there's a change in direction. So there's a thousand ways, a million ways to do this. But you do something that works for you guys so you don't have to get scammed. You don't have to pay the bribe to get in the inner circle. And you can go look at the people I follow on my profile. As I said, a lot of them are just friends, but a lot of them, like this guy here, super smart, and Maestro, and Holy Prophet, and this Freedom guy, they're traders and they do things differently than I do. And so that makes me stronger because they're using different methods and different indicators, right? But you do whatever works for you. Don't forget to watch the economic calendar. Okay. I've got two of them up there. This one's easy to read and it's free off Market Watch, right? And so tomorrow's the 26th. We got new home sales. You should know the numbers down. You can Google that and find it out over the weekend. The realtors have been talking about it, and there's independent companies that track these data. The new home sales are supposedly down, so that shouldn't be a surprise. But Thursday and Friday is the key data. And so ahead of key data like GDP or PCE, right? When we have core data coming up, a lot of times the market will pull back. And I said that over the weekend, and I said that yesterday and today that I was looking for a little pullback ahead of the data. Some individual tickers may run, but be careful, guys, okay? Because ahead of the data Thursday and Friday, I don't think we really have a trend until that data comes out. So no matter how you do it, I wish you all the best of luck, but come up with something that works for you so that you don't need me and you don't need anybody. You got to learn how to read candlesticks. You can do that on YouTube for free. And if you're struggling or you want to pick my brain, you send me a message and I will respond. God bless you and good luck. Go take their damn lunch money, guys.